Guys, we got something no one else has.
Garbage truck!
Garbage truck?
The
Well,
other
we do
one.
have the other one. Okay,
Okay.
the other one.
Turtle power!
Yeah, what's going on, people? So, you probably wonder what I got on. My favorite Ninja Turtle is Donatello. The reason being, my middle name is kind of similar to Donatello, and he's smart, and then he wears glasses, so it's yeah. But anyways, I just watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and I had high expectations for this movie, and as a fan of the Turtles, I must say that I'm disappointed. A lot of people say that this movie is better than the first. I disagree. I think the first movie is better. Being a fan of the 90s cartoon, it was good to see all those characters on the big screen like Rocksteady and Bebop and Crane, because I grew up on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze, and me and my cousins and I back then, we always said that we wanted Rocksteady and Bebop in that movie instead of Tonka and Razor, and we finally got it, but they did a good job, but it could have been better. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive in, try to keep things organized so I won't be all over the place. I'm gonna start with the Turtles and Splinter. The Turtles have matured a little bit, not as quite. They're like focusing more on trying to be a team. Leonardo's trying to be a better leader. That such and such. Him with Ralph going back and forth. They did a good job on their personalities, just like the first movie. They kept true to that. We really didn't get to see Splinter as much in this movie. The few scenes that he did have, he was being Splinter, a father figure to the Turtles, and that was okay. Getting to April, we didn't get to see much. Well, she was in the movie, like half the movie, but the story really didn't evolve around her. So typical Megan Fox, such. Casey Jones, Stephen Amell did a good job portraying Casey Jones. It's not the Casey Jones that we wanted. He wasn't no vigilante. He was a cop, and no long hair. I forgot the guy's name, but the guy that portrayed Casey Jones in the first Ninja Turtles movie back in '89, I think. Now that was Casey Jones. Stephen Amell, he did a good job. His acting was superb. He did have one cheesy line though.
Thanks for your statement, Jones.
That's Officer Jones. And I'm gonna be a detective someday.
I didn't like that line when he was talking to the lieutenant. I just hated that. But his they focus more Casey Jones. They put his beef with his fight with Rocksteady and Bebop, and let's get to the Shredder. A lot of people hated how the Shredder looked in the first one. I loved it. That was badass. I mean, like the mechanical suit without. That's how you do something. If you're gonna do a movie, you do it like that. Like where they just gonna have a regular guy with like 3 or 4 blades on his shoulders and 4 blades on his. The Turtles can't. Come on, just. I love that. I love the first Shredder. This Shredder, they didn't use him properly. They really didn't. He was more like a side note. I hated how they portrayed Shredder in this movie. He could have been better. We didn't even get a action scene out of Shredder. No kind of fight scene or nothing from this Shredder. And I hated that. Like I loved the first Shredder. I love how they did him. I hated this one. So Rocksteady and Bebop, Rhinoceros, Warthog. I don't like Seamus and what is his name, Anthony, whatever. I think they could have got some more actors to portray Rocksteady and Bebop. it was like more of a comedic route as opposed to being stupid. Before they changed, it was they reminded me of a little bit of the Rocksteady and Bebop that I used to watch on the cartoon. But once they changed, it was I'm gonna have to they did an okay job portraying Rocksteady and Bebop. I thought they could have got some more actors to better suit those, because I mean I never knew that Rocksteady was Irish. So I mean I don't, but I think the CGI was okay. It was kind of cartoonish, but Crane, I hated Crane. I really did. I hated his voice. I hated the robot suit. Like he kept coming out with the. I hated that. He looked like a pink Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like that's how he looked. He looked more like a squid than a brain with arms, and his intent was the same as in the cartoon, but I just hated how his voice didn't suit him well, and that robot suit, it just, I don't know, I might be nitpicking, but anyways, I'm gonna get into this plot. The plot was kind of similar to the first movie. A lot of build up, and then we get a fight at the end. Remember the first movie when the Turtles fought Shredder on the roof? Okay, look at this movie. The Turtles fight Crane on the Technodrome, similar to the fight in the first movie, so it's kind of similar. And we didn't get a lot of action scenes. We got 2 action scenes, 2 fight scenes throughout this whole movie from the Turtles. When they fought Rocksteady and Bebop on the plane, that was just a mini fight. And then when they fought Crane, other than that, we didn't get nothing, because Rocksteady and Bebop, it was more of a relationship between them and Casey Jones, as opposed to Rocksteady and Bebop against the Turtles, and I didn't like that. They left out like a lot of details. They left me with more questions, like where Baxter Stockman, like when did his relationship grow with the Shredder? Like they should have had him. They should have had Baxter Stockman in the first movie. How long was he working with the Shredder? Because we didn't get no mention of him in the first movie. It's just like soon as the movie come on, Baxter Stockman want to break out. Well, not soon as the movie come on, but Baxter Stockman want to break Shredder. Like when did their relationship start? And what happened to William Fletcher, Eric Sachs? Like he could have been Baxter Stockman, and they did portray Baxter Stockman like in the cartoon when he was just a do boy for Shredder. Shredder used them, but the plot, Crane was the reason for Rocksteady and Bebop turning. I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. And then the animal genes was already in them, as opposed to going to the zoo and getting 2 of the fiercest animals to pit against. I know they don't stick true to comics and true to cartoons, but that could have been a little bit better. I didn't like that. What else? I don't want to just make this video long, but I'm just trying to get to some of the points. And the turtle van with the nunchucks, I hated that. Trying to think what else. It's just like we didn't, like I said, a lot of people say they like this movie, the second one, better than the first. I disagree. I like the first one better. And we really didn't get, we got to see fans of the show. I know we're happy to see Rocksteady and Bebop and Crane on the big screen, but they didn't utilize them characters the way they were supposed to. We didn't get much fight scenes. The Shredder didn't even fight nobody. the Turtles didn't even encounter Shredder. Like, they didn't even interact with Shredder. They just fought Krang at the end. And the Technodrome, let's get to the Technodrome. Now, they did a good job of portraying the Technodrome how it was in the cartoon. Instead of it being a big-ass globe underground, it was in the sky. Now, I had no problem with that. It still looked the same, but it's, I don't know. I had high expectations for this movie, and I was let down. I mean, okay, guys, so that was my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows. Like I say, I'm a fan of the Turtles. I'm just not a fan of this movie. I appreciate what they did, what they tried to do, but they didn't really utilize the characters like they should have. And so with that being said, I'm gonna give this movie 3.5 stars out of 5. Yes, 3.5 stars out of 5. So if you enjoyed my review, hit that like button. If you ain't already subscribed to me, hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, and share. And until the next time, next video, catch y'all later. Turtle power!